Suffering is your key to success. Welcome to Clarity Mind. Today, I'm going to present a video that can help to change your way of living. The stressful situation that strikes up on you, you will begin to handle it peacefully and will begin to see opportunities in every challenging situation. Before jumping into the topic, let's know how people define the term success. The concept of success in people differs mainly in their goals, values, and measurements. While Buddhism defines success in terms of inner peace and enlightenment, the outer world often measures success by material achievements and social status. Ultimately, a balance between both views may provide a more holistic and fulfilling life. If you really consider success in terms of inner peace, then this video is specially intended for you. You must have faced suffering in your life. How you handle stressful situation. Do you really consider suffering as your teacher? How many of you have learned good lesson from suffering? This is what I'm going to present today. If you have hurtful experience in your life, don't forget sharing comment. Sharing experience is also a way to heal you through mental burden. Here's how suffering helps in different aspects of success. Suffering builds resilience and strength. Difficulties and setbacks force individuals to develop mental toughness. People who go through hardships learn how to adapt, persist, and overcome challenges. Many successful entrepreneurs, like Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, faced failures and struggles before achieving greatness. Suffering encourages self-reflection and growth. Hardships make people pause, reflect, and seek deeper meaning in life. This often leads to wisdom, better decision-making, and personal transformation. Suffering increases appreciation and gratitude. When people experience pain and loss, they develop a deeper appreciation for success, happiness, and simple joys in life. Those who struggle often become more empathetic and humble. Suffering pushes people out of their comfort zone. Growth happens when people are challenged. Suffering forces individuals to step out of comfort and develop new skills, perspectives, and strengths. Athletes push through physical pain in training to reach peak performance. Suffering teaches the value of patience and persistence. Success rarely happens overnight. Failures and struggles teach patience and long-term vision. Those who endure suffering without giving up are more likely to achieve their goals. Here, Buddha has explained, even in a fine way, how suffering shapes our journey to success in terms of inner peace and liberation. The Buddha's teachings explain that suffering, dukkha, is an essential part of life and a key to achieving true success, which in Buddhist terms means enlightenment and liberation from suffering. Suffering can be a powerful force for achieving success because it builds resilience, wisdom, and personal growth. While suffering is painful, it often serves as a teacher that strengthens individuals on their journey towards success. Suffering is not necessarily mandatory for success, but it is often inevitable and can be a powerful teacher on the path to success. Whether in Buddhism or in the outer world, suffering plays a key role in personal growth and achievement. Buddhism would say about success is that it is fleeting, like everything in this world. Impermanence was the Buddha's first great insight into the nature of reality. He also understood that, as a consequence, loss and its consequent suffering are written into the fabric of human life. Whatever we attain or accomplish in life, whether it be wealth, fame, status, or power, is destined to fade and pass away. None of it is worth pinning our deepest hopes on. None of it is the source of lasting happiness. Those who possess the artifacts of worldly success cling to them and fear losing them, Those who lack those artifacts yearn for them and suffer from their lack. Either way, we suffer, says the Buddha. The Buddha's whole teaching was dedicated to easing and transforming suffering. As he said many times in his sermons, I teach one thing and one only, that is, suffering and the end of suffering. For those searching for an alternative to conventional American notions of worldly success based on wealth, status, and power, monastic way of life, at least as an imagined ideal, has had its attractions. However, it would be inaccurate to say that the teachings of the Buddha are one-dimensionally anti-materialistic. In addition to his monastic order, the Buddha had a large following of lay people who lived ordinary lives and aspired to conventional notions of success. Down through the ages, most Buddhists have been lay people. The Buddha offered teachings and encourages lay people to earn wealth in ethical ways in order to support their families. He also encourages husbands to respect their wives, parents to care for their children, and everyone to contribute to the well-being of the larger society. Thus, the deeper purpose of Buddhism is not to reject worldly aspiration, but to recognize that the mission of addressing human suffering can be accomplished in a variety of ways. Here, how Buddha well managed his teaching of suffering and success in 4 noble truths. 1. Suffering is universal and inevitable. The first noble truth. The Buddha's first teaching, the first noble truth, states that suffering is an unavoidable part of life. Birth, aging, sickness, death, loss, and dissatisfaction are all forms of dukkha. However, suffering is not meaningless. It is an opportunity for growth and transformation. It is a teacher that reveals the nature of life. 2. Suffering as a path to wisdom. The second noble truth teaches that suffering arises from craving, tanha, desires for pleasure, power, or permanence and attachment. By understanding suffering, one can uncover its cause. The struggle and pain in life come from our attachments and resistance to change. Recognizing this truth allows us to develop detachment and resilience. Facing suffering with mindfulness leads to wisdom. It helps people see the impermanent nature of life and the futility of attachment. Overcoming suffering strengthens resilience, patience, and insight. 3. Transforming suffering into strength. The third and fourth noble truths. The Buddha did not just diagnose suffering, he offered a solution. The Noble Eightfold Path: right understanding, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. By facing suffering with awareness, discipline, and compassion, we gain wisdom and inner peace. Suffering becomes the fuel for enlightenment. Much like fire tempers metal. 4. Success through overcoming suffering. True success in Buddhism is not material gain, but inner peace, wisdom, and liberation. Even the Buddha himself endured years of hardship before attaining enlightenment. Many Buddhist masters, like Milarepa, transformed suffering into a path to spiritual awakening. By understanding and accepting suffering, one gains the strength to rise above it. In short, suffering is not just an obstacle. It is the key to awakening. If one learns from suffering, it becomes a stepping stone to true success. It is the very path to growth and awakening. By understanding and overcoming suffering, we cultivate strength, wisdom, and ultimately, true success. Suffering itself is not the goal, but how one responds to suffering determines success. Those who learn, adapt, and grow from suffering often become stronger, wiser, and more successful. Instead of fearing suffering, one can embrace it as a teacher and use it as fuel for success. Some people achieve success with minimal suffering, often due to luck, privilege, or circumstances. However, even in such cases, challenges and obstacles usually appear in some form, whether external or internal: self-doubt, pressure, expectations. True success, especially inner success, often comes from overcoming difficulties and learning from them. Suffering is not mandatory, but it is often an inevitable part of the journey to success. Whether in spiritual or worldly success, facing and overcoming challenges is what shapes a strong and wise individual. The key is to learn from suffering rather than be defeated by it. So learn to accept the suffering and handle the situation in peaceful manner. That could be the biggest success or achievement you would ever get in life. If you have queries, then do comment. Thank you for watching. Stay happy, stay peace, stay tuned.